What's up? Respect everyone. It's day 100 in drawing sketches. Finally, right? 100 days. Uh, it's just really fulfilling, I think, to be able to do something every single day. And this will be the 100th day that I'll be doing or sketching. And it's something that, if you asked me a few years back, something that is unfathomable, something that I wouldn't be able to do with all the things that have been going through my head, all the things that I have to do at work, and all of that. So I think changing course of direction really helped in putting me in this position where I could learn more about art in itself and its different mediums. And in sketching in general, just to put it into simple terms, I don't really know how to draw. Was never talented, not gifted with it, and I had to learn from scratch. I think I've mentioned it in the previous two videos that I learned because I was admiring this person that was really good at sketching, and I was like, I want to learn that because that might help, the game a little bit. But it became a habit after that, and just worked on it and worked on it. But most of my sketches before are focused on animated characters and not necessarily with human beings. I rarely draw portraits, and I'm not really good at it. But this time around, I challenged myself to do so. So I managed to sketch one, no, 99 for now, 99. I will do the 100 one in this, the 100th sketch in this same video. So yeah, I think it would be great to document it, this entire process, because it's going to be a full circle moment. So I still use the same sketchpad that I had last time, and then while I was searching for a new one, I had no choice but to buy a blank sketchpad from Muji, but it's not necessarily a sketchpad. I realized it later on. It's not a sketchpad. It's just a notebook. And then I bought another one because this one ran out also. So I basically use three notebooks in this one, but I do prefer the new one now at least because it has grids. So I was trying to learn different styles and forcing myself to learn the natural way of sketching instead of doing it all freehand because again, I'm not talented. I wasn't gifted with that. I just really wanted to go through the motions, and I've not used a single eraser the entire journey, and I will unlock that after this 100 sketch. And I thought that was the good challenge that I could put myself into, that when I make mistakes, just try to figure out how to make it look presentable. So most of these are not presentable, I think, but it's really just cool to just work on it, and something that I really like doing, and something that I will keep on doing for as long as I can. And well, let's just jump right into the 49 sketches before we proceed in sketching the 100th sketch. Let's go. Okay, so this is one that I've used since day one when I started. Who would have thought that from this one to this and then to the 51st, it's this one right here. So another addition to the Suji with the camera series. So I really like this one actually. I think this one went well. This one also is a Suji inspired sketch. I had problems with the nose here, I think, but it's still okay from this standpoint. But this one, I think I didn't really know what I'm doing, so I tried changing things up a little bit and working on Drew McIntyre from Hell in a Cell for both days. This is when he got some staples on his head. This one when he was bleeding to death. So I was really having a hard time working on different pieces in here, but it's a learning process that I have to do. So it ended up with the 54 in this specific sketchbook, but I decided to buy a new one, which is this entirely. So I have multiple sketches here too. And this time around, I worked on different styles too. But similar, this is Sugi, as usual, with a camera. It's a good series to have, right? Taeyeon, yes, this one's Taeyeon. I think this one went well. I think this one is Wendy. Yeah, this one looks good too. Looks okay. This one is Sugi, so it still looks okay for me in this one. I still think I have managed to somewhat have a resemblance of her here. This one is Sugi also, but I made a mistake with the mouth here. I think it's pretty noticeable, but it's something that I can work around with in the future. This one's my dad and during his birthday, I guess. During his birthday. So I got this one covered. This one is Wendy. I think the problem that I've been having for these sketches is how to make the right angles in terms of the facial features. Like they're not matching. You have to rotate them a little bit. I think that's one of my biggest mistakes here in the next few sketches. This one is supposed to be Irene, so I had problems too with again rotating some parts of the facial features that I have to work around with. This one is Yeri. I think it looks okay. Looks okay. Looks cute. I tried something different in here. Now this one is Sugi with a camera, but I made a mistake with the eyes. It's pretty noticeable here, the mistake. But as for the other parts, it's okay actually. This one is Rose. I think this one is okay. I just had a problem with the nose because it's kind of hard for me to shade properly to get that specific feature of them. So that's my mistake here, but I kind of like this one. Oh, this one is a cop out. I was probably tired of this day, but it's again Sugi with a camera, but without any facial features. This one is Sugi also. I kind of like this one. It doesn't look like her, but it's kind of like a different kind of person, but inspired by Sugi, I guess. But this one's one of my good ones here. This one is another Sugi one, but I made a mistake in terms of the facial construction here in general and the way the background is. I tried working on the background also, but the angle is different, so I had problems with this one. Similarly here, one of the things that I've been having problems with is the proper spacing between the eyes and the nose and the lips, and then I wasn't looking right. I forgot that the angle is this way, especially with the cheeks and the jawline, so I had a problem with this one. That's why it went longer and bigger than what it's supposed to be. So in this one, it's the nose I had a problem with, but in terms of the other features, I think I did well with this one. Similarly, with this Irene, I had a problem with the cheeks and this one too, and that affected the lips and the nose. So it's one of those problems that I had here. So I decided to work around it on the next one. This one is a much better version, but it's again it doesn't look like Irene, but it's inspired by a specific image of Irene, and I think this one looks better than that one. So it's an improvement. This one is Yeri too. I made a mistake with the eyes. Look at how inconsistent these two are, especially with the nose and the lips. So I had a problem with this one. That's why I took sticker in here. I had a mistake in there that I should have went smoother with instead. Next one here. This is Yeri, inspired by Yeri, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, because I wanted to make up for the last time. So again, I'm working on these sketches that are similar to them to just work around them. This one, I think it went well here. This is Sugi during her trip with Irene, where she's trying to recreate a scene in Shrinking Express, I think. And this one looks okay, I think. I really like this one. This one also is also a cop out. I really had no time here to really work around it. But this is Yeri and sorry, Irene and Sugi during the trip also, but without faces, so it's too small. This one is Sugi. I made a mistake with the nose. Look at that. But everything is okay, I think, except this part. I made a mistake here, but it is what it is. This one is Irene during a Halloween party that they had before. This one is okay. It's just okay. This is okay. I made a mistake here and here too. I went tough with the 5B, I think, with the pencil. That's why it's stick in everywhere. This one I tried using color pencils. I made a mistake with the spacing here, but it went well, I think. Kind of different. But I used color pencils for the first time here. This one too. So a series of Irene sketches. This is one of those live that they had before. Irene was high, I think. I'm just kidding. Or she was drunk, probably. But this is probably cute. This one is Karina. I think it's with the nose. I wasn't able to fully like emphasize it here, but this one looks okay. Kind of reminds me of my workmate before, but it is what it is. Now, this one I tried to do two sketches in one day. This is supposed to be Sugi. I made a mistake with the nose here and the lips and with the eyes too. That's why it doesn't really resemble Sugi, but I think this one looks good, so this one does the job. Okay, this one is actually one of my favorites. Sugi with the camera again. This one looks nice, I think. This one I made a mistake with the lips again. This is Yaji with in a handbook. Really like that picture of her. She looks really cute there, so I tried this one. Then I tried another one, but I made mistake with the nose again. I'm really having troubles with noses. It's not really like my forte, so it's obvious in here. Now this one is I like this one because I tried working on distances in here in terms of the facial features. That's why there are some lines in the face here. And now I know it's not as exact as what the actual image is, but I was going for a paprika inspiration here. It's something that I want to digitalize in the future, like Irene in paprika version. I think that would be really cool. This one is Sugi. This one looks different, but I really like how this one went. This is one of my favorites too. When she got her short hair. So this one is Irene. I made a mistake here, so I tried to draw it again, but my hands were tired at this point. But this is Irene. This is me and my mom during a certain night out with family and friends. So look at me there. Then this one is Wendy and Jin, like those two pictures that they used to promote Hard Out of the Window, Hard on the Window. I think it's one of my favorite songs right now. So I really worked on this one. Then another Wendy. I think this one went well. This one went well. I think I like this one a lot. This is Wendy during Cosmic promotion. I really love this one. So it's 93. Then I bought a new notebook for the others. So this is for 94. 94. It's this one. I made a mistake with Tayshawn not really matching a lot here. This one I think I tried to somewhat make make up for the previous sketch. I kind of like this one. There's Wendy also. I made a mistake here with the eyes and the facial features for Irene, so I had to make up for it. So I tried a new one where I finally used grids. That's why I bought this specific notebook. I had to maximize the grids to have the features really balanced out. But it's just that I made some mistakes with how thick I used the pencils. But this one went well. So I continued with this process with this one too. This one is Wendy. I think this one went well. I just had to make some adjustments with the nose next time here. And then the 99th is Joy. I was too tired yesterday. We went on a long road trip. I have problems with the lips in particular. I really have problems with working with open mouths because it has to show the teeth. So I had a problem with that and with the nose also. But it is what it is. I have to make up now. So those are the 49 sketches that I've done from the 51st to the 99th sketch. And now, as to what I'll be actually sketching for the last one, I think it's kind of like a full circle moment because it's something that I've been hoping to sketch for a long time properly. It's something that I don't like to do actually. I don't like sketching myself, but it's something that I have to do. Why? So when I was in fourth year high school, which was basically like almost 10 years ago now, so probably 9 years ago, we had a drafting class. So we had to, learn how to write and sketch some things. And one of our biggest projects or requirements at that time is to create a self portrait or to sketch a self portrait. And I didn't know how to do it. So this is how mine looked like. So this is the picture that I was basing off of. And this is how it looked like. Look at that guy. So look at that lips. I have no idea how to do it. And I literally asked my classmate to make the nose for me because I don't have a nose. So, it's not easy to do for me at that time. So, we'll try to do justice for this one. I think my teacher was nice enough to give it an 8 out of 10. So, this looks like a 4 out of 10, I think. But let's see how I'll do now. So, I'll try to sketch this guy right here, which was me 9 or 10 years ago. And we'll see how it goes. That's for the 100 sketch. Let's go. So that's 100 days, and it's just really cool to see the progress from having your sketch of this particular image looking like this guy right here to having it looking like this. So I don't know if it's obvious, but I hope it is. I'm not really fond of shading yet. I'm not using different pencils for shading, but I do think that there is a huge improvement from this particular sketch to this one. And it just took me, what, 10 years? Because this one was done last September 5, 2014, and this one is done November 24th, 2024. So 10 years in the making, new sketch of young Elray without any signs of this yet, but this one is pretty cool. Yeah, I look like a soft boy here, but it's really far from who I am now. I really used to have that short hair for like years or so, but then I decided to shave it afterwards. So it's been 100 days, and it's one of the best decisions I've made to just learn how to sketch and try different things. So what comes after this are new techniques, new styles, new inspirations, new sketches, and unlocking different items. So from trying out color pencils, I'll be working more on that. Then I'll finally use an eraser for the next couple of sketches so that I'll be able to right my wrongs this time around instead of trying to put something on top of one another just to make it presentable or something. I do love the challenge of just sketching portraits because that's something that I was never good at. I never really had the skill for that one, and just decided to learn it at such ripe age of 25 to just really dive in deep with portraits. And I'm really looking forward to working on infrastructures next time and focus more on shading, I guess. And at the same time, I also wanted to go back to my roots and sketch some animated characters, which I do miss. And basically, the inspiration of me sketching is for years, I've been wanting to write poems and tell these stories and have a particular image or sketch to present it. And when I was young, I used to like somewhat ask my friends who are good in drawing, like, can you draw for me or something? I'll write about it and all of that. And it doesn't really come to fruition, but that made me think that if I can't get my friends to collaborate with me with actual sketches for my poetry, why don't I learn how to sketch so that I could have something with my poetry? So that's why I'm studying how to sketch different styles and at the same time writing once again, even though I felt like I've written thousands and endless amount of poems already. So I'm still going to continue learning so that I'll be able to tell more stories in the future. And one day maybe I'll find the style that fits me best, especially with the limited amount of time that I have every day. So most of the sketches come from like a range of 15 minutes to 30 minutes. So I have to save that every single day of my life. That 30 minutes to sketch, 10 minutes to write poems, and just an hour to just put those artistic visions to life. And I'm planning on making more artistic things in the future in just an hour or so. So who knows what I'll be able to do. But I cannot wait to pursue it further. So it's all for art anyway. And who knows what's next? I really don't know. But I'm enjoying the process. I'm enjoying I'm enjoying the journey. Whatever happens, happens. Maybe that's what the next chapter would be for me. So see you guys in the next 30 days. We're starting over season 2 of the sketches. And just like last time, 30, 50, and 100. So season 1 has ended. Season 2 is right around the corner, which is today. So it's always a day 1, and you have to make it further and further. Instead of day 1 every day, you could reach a day 100 like this one. Just keep trying and trying. One day you'll get the hang of it. It took me 10 years. It was all worth it. Peace out.